Janae Daniels with DIY Hiring. Let's talk about reference checks for just a second. Now, I used to spend forever doing reference checks, and I learned something really painful several years ago when somebody that I had hired for my husband's company told me 2 days before she left. I had asked her, I'm like, hey, can you quickly do a reference check on this person that we're thinking about bringing on? Here's the list of references they gave us. You know, we've already signed the waiver and whatnot. And she's like, yeah, I don't really like reference checks. I don't think they're valid. I'm like, why not? And she's like, well, whenever I apply for places, I put down my actual boss's name, but I put down my family's phone numbers, like my brother's and my sister's phone numbers. And I just give them the heads up that they're going to be calling. 2 days before she left, right? We knew she'd already given her notice. I felt like I had been gut punched. I was so angry because I was flat out lied to, and she admitted lying to me. And here I am, a hiring specialist, right? So now when I do reference checks, I make sure to Google the company that they say that they worked for and double check the phone numbers, cross-reference the phone numbers to make sure that who they put down and the phone numbers that they put down are actually legitimate phone numbers. Now, a lot of companies are not going to give you reference checks. They'll do employment verification, but it's important to at least try. There are some companies like Checkster.com, which I've used before, which is good because they'll double check IP addresses to make sure that they're legitimate. I did have one lady I was doing a reference check on, and all of the IP addresses came back, and all the references came back and said, oh, she's amazing, she's stellar, and all these things. And when we got the IP addresses back, they all showed the references were all done from her phone, meaning she lied about all the references. So it's helpful. Google the name, Google the email addresses that they give you, double check and do your homework to make sure that what they're giving you is legitimate, because sometimes even the most trustworthy seeming people are not always that trustworthy. Anyway, that's my tip. Make sure you double check what they put down for their references to make sure it's honest and keep them accountable. Trust but verify. Have a great night.